So you want to teach keyboarding. Well, what's involved? Where do you start? There is a general desire in education for students to be able to compose directly onto the computer and to be able to develop word processing skills. This program is intended to be a guide to show one method of introducing keyboarding and the initial stages of the development of speed and accuracy as a prerequisite to word processing. The ultimate aim is that of touch typing, which means that the students will be able to carry out two thought processes simultaneously by keying in directly from their thoughts onto the screen. When learned correctly, keyboarding becomes a long-term skill. It is important that the learning environment is designed to minimise health and safety risks. This involves providing students with tables and chairs which can be adjusted to suit each individual student. The equipment should be placed in the room so that it is easy for the teacher to be able to see a number of students at one time to ensure that correct techniques are maintained. The students also should be able to see the teacher easily. Before beginning a keyboard course, students should be told what is expected of them, what they can expect to achieve, and the benefits of learning to keyboard. They should also be told that technique is the key to success. These goals should be set out at the beginning of each lesson or task.
Alright, off you go, in you go.
This is the first of 20 lessons. It is important in this lesson to establish and stress good technique, sitting position, and hand and finger placement on the keys.
Settle down now. You'll see that the machines are already turned on and ready to use. And I've also adjusted the tables for you and the chairs. Another day, another lesson, you'll have to do that yourself. The important thing is, though, is to know where to sit and just how to sit. So I'd like you to test that. If you could just turn around and face your keyboard, sit so you're comfortable, back straight. And the best thing is that you're one hand span away from the keyboard, not the table, right? Not the table, but make sure it's the keyboard. If you put your hand here and the one finger there, the little finger on your keyboard, and your thumb towards your stomach. That's one hand span.
The key to finding the way around the keyboard is by having the fingers work from a fixed position, which is the home row. The home keys are usually introduced first, followed by the vowels and consonants in order of common usage.
And, the row that we're going to look at is the middle row of keys. Now, can anyone think why? Terry?
Because it's easy to get to the other keys.
Okay. And that's where your fingers would go naturally. So if you put them there on the home row, that's what we call the middle row, the home row. The pointer finger on your left hand should be on the F key, and your pointer finger on your right hand, that should be on the J key. If you look between your fingers also, you should be able to see two keys straight away. And they are which keys? Yes, Yusuf?
G and H.
G and H keys. Right, so you can always test in the easy way that the G and H keys. Just check also that your wrists, they're not hanging down, but that they're up off the keyboard. Okay? Now if you could just take them off, please, put them behind your back. Now see how quickly you can put them back on, find those home row keys. What keys should you be looking for? Ellie?
G and H.
Right, you can see the G and H keys. Try it again, please. Hands behind your back, right on the home row keys again. This time turn and shake your partner's hand. Just shake your partner's hand. Right, turn back around. Let's see if we can learn six letters. And the first one we're going to start with is the J key. Now, which finger do you think we'll use for the J key? Fiona?
The right pointer finger.
Okay, that's right. So if you put your hands on the keyboard, remember to look for the J and H key. Helen, you're too far away from the keyboard. Remember the hand span? You just test that quickly. Hand back on the keyboard. We'll try the J key. Right pointer finger. J, 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 J. Now just stop there. We're going to put in a space this time. Alright, we're going to try the space bar. That's the bar right down the bottom of the keyboard. And we use our thumb for that, the right thumb. So if you just try pressing the space bar a couple of times, the right thumb, just try it. You're using two thumbs, Gary, just the right thumb. Okay, now let's try the J key and the space bar as well. Watch the keyboard and you listen to me. You listen to me as I read out the letters. J, 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 space, J, 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 space, J, J, space. We're also going to put in a return. If you look on the right side of your keyboard, the right side of the keyboard, you'll see the return key. Which hand and which finger do you think? John?
Your right little finger.
Alright, so we're going to use the right little finger. If you put your hands on the home row keys, just roll the right hand over and press the return key. All the fingers can come off the home row keys. That's alright. Back onto the home row keys. We'll try the space and the return key as well.
From the beginning, students should develop familiarity with the keyboard so that they can feel confident in finding the home keys. Short activities and games reinforce this, while giving an opportunity for the teacher to check posture and hand placement. Each key should be introduced by shadowing. This involves moving the home key finger to the new key without pressing it. It is essential that the student watches the movement so that the brain gets a picture of the finger's reach. An early keyboarding technique is to roll the hands forward a little to press the upper row of keys. This will help to develop a fluency in manipulation and minimise muscle stress. This initial learning is teacher-directed so that there is constant feedback between teacher and student. Thus, the teacher is calling the letters to help with recognition and to set a pace which all can achieve. The supervision of finger movement is very difficult on computer keyboards because there is frequently very little effort required to press the keys. Therefore, the teacher has to be very aware of this in order to correct poor technique. There are 3 stages of gaining confidence when learning the keyboard. Firstly, watching the keyboard to see that the correct finger has hit the correct key. Secondly, when there is confidence in this movement, the student will look at the screen to check the correctness of the action. The final step is when the student can direct their attention to the copy on the stand. This takes time to develop.
Space, D, 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 space.
Tammy, you can go back a little bit, please. You're a little bit close. Thank you. Damien, up straight. Come on, back a little bit. Come on, back a little bit, that's it. Keep these up. A little bit still, that's it. Robin, you can go back just a shade too, please. Back just a shade. That's it. And a little bit.
After a few lessons, the students know that when they come into the room, their first task is to get ready for the warm-up. This is revision of the letters learned to date.
Hands on the right side of the keyboard, please. Up. That's right. Now make them work. Have you done the 2 rows, have you? All right.
Yep, I have to.
Right, okay then. All right, everyone can stop now then. Right, now let's do the last row. Right. Now just see how quickly you can get across the last row. Ready? Okay, off you go. As quickly as you can make yourself go on this one. And remember to hold that shift key down nice and firmly before you strike the key itself. Tammy, the opposite hand, please. It's easier that way. Lift shift key down for S. Right. Hand back. That's right. That's good. Okay. Everyone stop then. That's near enough. Who got across the row, please? Hands up. Good. Now, today we're going to do 3 new keys. We're getting towards the end of them. And we're going to do the O, the T and the C. Right? Which finger's going to hit the O? Third? L finger. Right, L finger. And what's it going to do? It's going to roll up, isn't it? All right, put your hands on the keys then. All right? Now, remember what we do? We shadow it. Shadow it, don't we? Now we move it up and down. If you're going to practice something, you practice it the right way. Put your hand on the keys, right? Okay, now let your L finger move up and back. Up and back. Hold the wrists up. That's right. Not that far, Tan.
There is a specific movement to reach each key, and if the hands are held correctly, students will in fact make the correct movement. In this learning stage, errors are not important and should not be emphasised. We expect students to make mistakes, but these will decrease as technique and confidence improve.
You can actually see it. Right? Right, without even looking at it. Right? Shane, not fast. Look at it. You weren't looking at it. Right? It's important to look at this stage, because when I tell you not to look, then I don't want you to look at it. Okay? Right, with me. L, 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 space. Good firm hit with your thumb on the space bar. Right. L, O, L, space. L, O, L, space. O, 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 space. That's good, Shane. O, D, E, space. O, D, E, space. All right, now, do you think you know that key well enough?
Yes.
Okay. All right, now the next one we're going to do is the T. Where's T?
F finger.
F finger, and what's got to happen? It's got to roll up and a little bit across, isn't it? Up and a little bit across, okay? Right, now let's shadow it. Let's move the finger across to it. From the F to the T, let it roll across. Right, let your hand move just a shade, please. Let your hand roll up. That's right. Okay, Robin? Yes. Right, George, Tammy. T, space. T, I, come on, think about it. D, E, space. T, H, E, space. T.
The C key is easier to type if it is pressed as if it was a home key. So to be able to do this, it's necessary to put the whole left hand down onto the bottom row. The teacher is calling the movements necessary to take the hand from home row to bottom row and back. This deliberate movement will decrease with practice and has the effect of minimising fingering mistakes.
Take your hands off the keyboard for a moment. Right, the next one's the C. Now just look at your keyboard. Which finger's going to type the C? D finger. And it's got to go down, doesn't it? Now what I want you to do this time is I want you to move the whole hand down. From the home key, drop your whole hand down so that your 4 fingers are rested on the bottom keys. Put your left hand up on the keyboard for me. Right? Now, just your left hand for the moment. Now, drop your hand down onto the bottom row. So you've now got your little finger on the what key? Z, X, C and V, okay? Now put your hand back up on the home row again. Down, up, down, up. Okay? Hand down C, hand back T, A, T, E, space. Little word. I, C, E, space. Right, how do you feel? Comfortable with it? Okay. Now, find the C in your book then. No, it's over the page, please. The little sentences. Right? The little sentences over the page. Now, I just want you to copy type these. Just simply copy them as quickly as you can. Right? Damien, off you go, please. Now, watch your copy. Just keep yourself moving as quickly as you can work. Right, everyone, you can stop now. Right, that's the warm-up done. Now, we're going to do some of those nice short-paced little sentences we do for 12, 15 or 20 seconds, remember? Okay. All right, now, let's try the first one. Now, I'm going to time you for 20 seconds and see if you can get the first row done. Now, I want you to type as fast as you possibly can. Now, what's not important? Mistakes. Good. Okay. Right, let's see if we can get to the end of the row by the time I get to the end of the 20 seconds.
The challenge of beating the clock forces students to test their familiarity with the keys and the correctness of their technique. A timing of 10, 15, 20 or 30 seconds pushes students to do a little better each day. The aim in this activity is to type a given amount in the time allowed, regardless of errors.
Make yourself think faster and faster all the time. Right, stop. We've got the end of the row. We've got the end. Charlie? No? Okay, Raymond? Okay. Let's try again. 15 this time. Okay. Right, go.
Speed and accuracy development run parallel, but at this stage should not be expected in the same piece of work. Students can't achieve these two different things at the same time. Speed is learned by pushing the student to respond faster and faster, whereas accuracy is achieved when typing at a controlled rate.
Right, who did better? 1 letter better. Good, okay. Right, now, it takes a lot to push yourself past that barrier. Right, you really have to work very hard. Let's type that, the next group there, the small paragraph, the one that starts off with when I go fishing. Now I want you to just type that, not as fast as you were doing that time, but just a little bit slower. But this time, concentrate on watching your book. Right, now turn your book around, Charlene, so you can see it better. I know they don't stand up very well. All right, now, I'm going to allow you a minute or so to type it, a minute and a half perhaps, but just see if you can get it done. Your aim this time is to watch your copy and concentrate on how you're moving your fingers to hit the keys. It's important. Right?
The students have now been given a paragraph to copy for accuracy, and while they are being timed, this is only a device to control the time they spend on this activity. They are aiming to type with a maximum of, say, 5 errors in the time allowed. The children are still involved by colouring in the keys on the chart as they learn them. The keys should be colour-coded in vertical groupings to show the different finger reaches. This is a useful reinforcement and motivational technique. By the time the course is nearly over, the students will know the geography of the keyboard, and through selected revision tasks, together with speed and accuracy timings, have achieved a satisfactory level of keyboard competence. The teacher's job is to provide a variety of approaches to what are essentially the same tasks, so that students are successful and see themselves improving each day.
All right, stop now, please. It's time to change. Those moving to computers, move now. Okay, we've got a new game coming up. So Tanya and Michael, would you give out the boards? Thank you. We're trying to make our brain and fingers work quicker together so that eventually we don't have to think about what our fingers are doing. All right, we're going to type the first line of that Easter Bunny sheet. Can you all find where I'm talking about? All right, before we start, Luke's ready, he's sitting nicely. What about the rest of you? Right, nice straight backs. Where should your bottoms be? Right up, good. Okay, fingers on your home keys. We're going to type for 30 seconds, then I'm going to tell you to stop. Ready, set, go. Stop. All right, we're going to do the same line again. I want you to hit the return key, get ready, get set, go.
Okay, now, you've done your warm-up. From here on, we try and develop our skills. We've been doing those little short bursts of speed. Now today I'm going to give you a timed writing for 1 minute. Right, and every 4 or 5 lessons we'll have another one. Now this is the one that you measure yourself by. Because I want you to go quickly, your mistakes just don't matter. So concentrate on what you're copying from and make your fingers go as quickly as you can. Okay, we ready? Okay, right, go.
One of the activities that can be introduced is a timing over 1 minute to measure the rate of typing. This could be given, say, every 4th lesson after the 26 alphabet letters have been taught. The students could keep a graph of their results.
Right. Who got the whole paragraph done? No. Who got 3 lines done? 2 lines done. The best thing about this is you get 2 tries at it, right? And I'll make a note of the best one. Okay? So, see if you can do better this time. Ready again? Okay? Go. Right, stop. Okay, who did better? How much better, Charlene? Good girl. Now, I want you to type your name in underneath what you've just done, your whole name, and the number of words that you typed, please. Okay?
Finally, let's look at students using the computer to complete some process writing tasks. Tanya is at the automatic response stage, which enables her to concentrate on writing her poem at the keyboard.
Passages there, please.
Trigana is composing a lengthy story, which she will later edit. These students are able to carry out simultaneously 2 separate thought processes: keying in and generating information. Look at the way Louise is able to concentrate on the screen while her fingers appear to work almost independently. In order to achieve these keyboarding and editing skills, students must be provided with further development lessons after they have completed their introductory keyboarding lessons. In this way, students are also provided with a sound base for continuing the development of general computer skills.